Today in California, a doctor cannot contradict the authorities regarding COVID-19 under the threat of being hauled in front of a Maoist inquisition and losing his medical license, which he worked his whole life to generate. But, in fairness, the state has protected confessions of actual murder and crime, but only if done by rap.
I do not care that you're a multi-platinum selling rapper, Gunrag. What I care about is that I 100% know that you murdered Darnell Simmons. So you better start talking.
And we all know that governments around the world have had a perfect track record regarding the vaccine. It is a clear violation of the First Amendment, and the doctors that are defending the Hippocratic Oath, something that they took in earnest and swore to defend, are educating their patients about whatever doubts that they might have that contradict those brain-dead, weak-ass politicos that take their marching orders from Pfizer, as thanks to Gavin Newsom signing Bill into law 2098, invariably it's going to cause many, many good doctors to leave the state of California. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. I'm leaving. And who can blame them? But again, on the plus side, you'll get gentlemen like Gunrack here moving next door to you, protected by Gavin.
Yeah, but you ain't got none.
Prosecutors have contended that some lyrics contain open confession to crimes, while critics argue that the evidence unfairly targets people of color, as rappers' songs, which are often figurative, can embrace themes of criminality and violence.
Okay. I'm very glad that you said that. Because respectfully, I beg to differ.
I killed Darnell, yeah, I shot him with my 9. I shot him 9 times, 9 p.m. on the dime. And by the way, it was November 9th.
To quote a fairly incoherent statement from Congressman Jamal Bowman, an open racist, most rappers are black men or Latino men or come from low-income backgrounds, and that's completely unacceptable. What's unacceptable? It's obviously a racial justice issue, continues Jamal Bowman.
That don't mean nothing. I got a vivid imagination.
Recently, a California judge overturned the conviction of Gary Bryant Jr., an amateur rap artist who was charged in a 2014 murder and convicted. The judge ruled that rap lyrics used in his trial likely caused racial bias. Mr. Bryant's case illustrates the bold and critical challenge of identifying and attempting to eliminate the ways racial bias creeps into our criminal legal system. Bryant's attorney, Evan Kulik, stated, "Language that invokes and relies upon negative racial stereotypes has no place in our courtrooms." No, it's admitting effing crimes. You want notoriety and street cred, and suddenly you get to get away with literal murder because you bragged about it, though, through the protective device of rap.
I couldn't have shot Darnell. I was at my cousin's birthday party. Red Lobster, November 9th.
At Red Lobster?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, I gotta tell you, Gunrag, I find that really hard to believe.
I got an alibi, birthday, Red Lobster. When in reality, I shot Darnell like a mobster. It's a lie. Anyone could tell this if you know about my allergy to all shellfish.
Does that mean I can show up in court and in rap form give a full-throated confession in front of the jury and the judge will throw it out because of some form of equity and affirmative action? Yes. Yes, it does.
Just confess, Gunrag.
I confess that shellfish is the only thing that rhymes with tell this. It's just words. detective. Nouns, adjectives, they just happen to be in a dope order, but we ain't got no pearl.
Shot up Darnell with a long-ass gun and tossed it into the aquarium.
I have no idea what that object is. If I had to identify it, I would call it a gun of the long-ass variety. Some seaweed in there, too.
But if I paint a murder scene directly from my memory, from the murder of Darnell Simmons, as painting is generally considered the white man's profession, this, of course, would be admissible in court.
Look, detective, I hate to break it to you. I ain't killing no one.
Stroke my chin real slow when I'm lying. And I was laughing super hard as Darnell was dying.
The name of the album is I Killed Darnell Simmons.
It's a concept album.
A concept? That's a picture of you. A picture of you. And behind you is Darnell Simmons' body.
Coincidence.
I'm sure that many of you guys might know that Bill Cosby is out of prison in Pennsylvania. And they tried to retry him in Los Angeles County. And here, in his own highly produced words, was evidence that was admitted into court against him. I gave it the Quaalude, seemed to get her in the mood, and the only answer that I would take was yes, and what we did felt the best. Yeah, I forced myself upon her. Although originally the jury convicted him based on this evidence, the conviction was overturned, thankfully, by a progressive justice who noted in court papers that anyone who convicted Mr. Cosby based on his confession as it came in rap form, which of course is a form of black expression, was a KKK agent and a putrid racist. And thus he overturned it, and the jurors hung from the gallows the following morning. Meanwhile, a California medical doctor meekly questions whether the COVID vaccine should be mandated to a healthy 7-year-old. He questions it, fine him $1 million, 5 years in jail, and strip him of his medical license. But Your Honor, the doctor did so in rap form. He rapped it to the patient. Let's see here. I will allow it, provided the doctor is black. Gavin Newsom and the California Progressives would rather truly have gun rack as a citizen than any thoughtful, caring doctor who pushes back in the slightest bit. Tell me again, why would anybody want to live in California or any blue progressive state for that matter?